Gonna take a quick run through and see what's happening here. Lots of wildflowers growing under the orange tree. All my beds are in transition. Okay, there's a sunflower there. Oh, I protected my tomatoes from the big freeze. I had to take all the stakes out, and they all fell, but they didn't freeze, and they're still producing. Sweet 100s. They're great. Okay, wildflowers. We'll see what that turns out to be. But I've seen blanket flowers start like that. Here's a little bunch of stuff. This has smooth leaves. These I know are rudbeckia of some sort. And coneflower probably, but I'm not sure. The leaves are just a little bit different. We'll see. Here's another thing that has different leaves, smooth leaves. There's some chickweed there. Oh, these have been stepped on over and over again. Oh, what's that? It's not dill, I think. It's probably larkspur. More blanket flowers. There's some... Hey, I always forget the name of this. Okay, it's in the salvia family. Dead nettle, I'm almost sure. In here, my friend Sandy sent me some seeds for fennel. Boy, they grew a lot in the wintertime. More stuff down here. I'm waiting to see if I can identify them 100%. This year, I'm seeing a lot of different basil rosettes that I'm having trouble identifying. But those I know for certain, like this is a black-eyed Susan. And you're familiar with the wine cups. Mealy sage. Actually, a whole bunch of them started colonizing right there. I'm not sure if that's a weed or something else, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Big old wine cup. What has come in this garden this year so far seems to be an abundance of pink evening primrose. Let's see around here. Another big wine cup and a Susie. More wine cups, and there's a lot of little things. They're too small for me to identify. They've just started sprouting after the rain started. Okay, let's move on. Salvia corner. And that big old circle right there was what I cut down, those standing morning glory bush. Look at this big boy. I think it's also a... kind of hard to tell with all the... Ooh, I'm cold. It's cold out here. Okay, I'll move on. This, if you can see, this wine cup already has branches on it. Sunflower. Shrimp plant my sister gave me. Crazy. That big old thing, all of it is one plant. You can see it's a blanket flower. See if I don't get in the mud. Another wine cup is getting really big compared to my big feet. Some more basil rosettes. Some I can identify and some I cannot. Okay, this is a black-eyed Susan that sprouted in this fall. Crazy Texas weather. That's the one blanket flower, sprouted in the fall. Crazy Texas weather. And there's another one, sprouted about a month ago. Well, actually started rising about a month ago. Look at these. More big branches from the wine cups. I know in this area last year had a lot of coneflower, so we'll see some henbit. That's coneflower. This bed has sages, mistflower, assorted things, whatever keeps coming back. I have a couple of citruses I planted from seeds for leaves. This big old mess here. Okay, I'm not sure which way is up and down on this. The middle part seems to be a blanket flower. And starting to rise up. I think that's a black-eyed Susan, even though the edges are a little scalloped. Maybe poppy. There was some poppies last year here, so we'll see. I think this is red salvia or coccinea. Aren't these pretty? That light green is scrambled eggplant, and there's another one right here. I think that's a coneflower. I believe that's a black-eyed Susan. That's chickweed. I don't grow that. It grows by itself. Actually, everything grows by itself, but I never planted chickweed anything. Originally, I put this here so the dog wouldn't run over it. She don't know nothing. But I can see, look at here. The black-eyed Susan has branched out. And so has the blanket flower. The dill, I cut some of this off and put it in some cheese yesterday. It was really good. I think this is the similar, has a little yellow flower, but single petal like a dandelion. But I don't know the name of it. Let's see what else is happening. Wine cup, wine cup, wine cup, wine cup. That's a big sunflower. Actually, there's quite a few sunflowers around. Of course, I won't keep all of those. There's so many because of they get so big. Let's see what else is happening. Huh, there's a scrambled egg. I think, well, that might be, maybe this is the tall and beautiful. Wait, let's see what that says. Okay, it's not dill. Okay, I see it in there. I think those are all larkspurs. Let's see. Yeah, look at there's somewhere there. A friend gave me one of these, and it's yarrow. Okay, there's a lot of sunflowers around here, which I'll probably pull those. Now that, see how it, no, I think that's dill. We'll see. Well, I can tell for sure if it's dill. Yep. See what's up here. This thing didn't freeze this year, so it's not a wildflower though. Salvia's been coming up when everything else freezed off the last February. There's a little colony here of dwarf Ruellia. A friend gave me one a few years ago, but they can multiply. Oh, looky here, I can see mixed along among that pink evening primrose. Yeah, I see some more there too. This is a little cluster of stuff. I see blanket flowers and black-eyed Susan, some wine cups around. Back over here, not an area I water or do anything, so it's usually the doggy's side of the yard. So if I see anything you don't want to look at, just close your eyes. Here's a bundle of different things. All wildflowers. I recognize the wine cup and a blanket flower. That's also a blanket flower there. And that might be too, but I'm not positive because they're weird when they're babies. Okay, for sure that's a blanket flower. We'll see. I used to know that one pretty well, but it has tricked me quite a few times. This is a Susie amongst, this is trying to grow big too. That's the wine cup. A little Susie. We'll see what happens. I guess it's kind of big. Same thing over there. I'm not going to walk over there because everything's wet. But there's so many. There's a henbit. Another Susie, black-eyed Susan, and wine cup. And I see blossoms of henbit around. Oh, not henbit, chickweed. It can cover the ground pretty quickly. Oh, look at these are mounding up. See how tall they are already? They're going to get about 4 feet tall, maybe more. Who knows? This is not a watered area, so they might not grow as well as they do in the backyard. What is this? Actually, I think that is pink evening primrose. More wine cups and sunflowers. Okay, I've stepped on quite a few things all over the place. I let everything grow for a little while. This is in the crack of the driveway. A big old wine cup, 2 black-eyed Susans, and I think a blanket flower. There was a chili there that I just cut back. Everything in here besides the oxalis is the mealy sage. Actually, this is that's a milkweed. Who'd have thunk it there? I didn't plant it there. I don't think I did. Never gonna let you go. You feed a lot of butterflies. Duranta. Crazy tomatoes. I'm hoping those little babies in there are spurred snapdragons. See if I can get closer to them. Well, that's a broccoli. And chard. I'm happy the broccoli is still producing, even though I've cut heads off of it a couple of times already. Let's go back over here. When it gets hot, all those oxalas will die away, and there'll only be left the wildflowers and the grass. Nothing kills this grass. You're seeing that from the other side. Okay, let's see. Back to the tomato. Wild and crazy tomato. Alright folks, have a nice cold winter day.